So I noticed in a lot of videos that people around people who suffer with anxiety, panic attacks, agoraphobia, social anxiety, any kind of mental illness, I've noticed that friends and family don't really understand to a point. So what I've put together are just some points and some advice for friends and family, just to bear in mind. The first point, and the most important thing, is just to be there and be caring. Keep calm yourself and don't start a cross-examination or overreact, because someone who honestly feels they are about to die or at least pass out does not want to be interrogated with questions like what on earth happened to you and what caused this. Above all, don't flap. If you do, it'll only make things worse. Number 2, too much concern can also make feelings of extreme fear even worse. Try not to say things like, "Oh, you poor thing," "Oh dear, this is terrible," or offer to call an ambulance. Families of agoraphobic people may unconsciously help keep a problem alive by offering too much support. The next bit of advice is don't use comments like "stop being so childish" or "grow up and snap out of it." A panic attack is no joke, and if the person affected could just snap out of it, they would have done so long ago. Now, hyperventilating can be a problem. Hyperventilating means overbreathing, and overbreathing means rapid, shallow breath rather than slow, natural ones. We all breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, but when overbreathing, we breathe out too much carbon dioxide, leaving the blood chemistry temporarily unbalanced. The result of this is a sort of reduction in pressure, which causes a constriction of some blood vessels and a slight increase in blood alkali levels. This is not a dangerous situation. The body does soon compensate and retrieves the balance, but the physical symptoms a person may experience while this is being done can be extremely alarming. The kind of symptoms can be abnormally rapid heartbeat, dizziness, disturbance in vision, tight throat, general wobbliness, stomach pains. And with all that, it is not difficult to understand why somebody who hyperventilates is usually in a semi-permanent state of alarm about their body. There are a number of methods which can be used to reduce the effects of hyperventilating fairly quickly. One often recommended is to place a paper bag over the nose and mouth and to breathe in and out, thus inhaling extra carbon dioxide, which quickly retrieves the body's chemical balance. However, if somebody feels that they are gasping for air, further restricting its passage into the lungs is unlikely to be welcomed. There are also additional problems of making shaky hands find the bag, inevitably folded small somewhere, and of withstanding the startled looks of people walking past as the exercise is undertaking. Other methods suggested have been using cupping hands instead of a bag, slow breathing down as with in 1, 2, 3, out 1, 2, 3. Trying to avoid gulping air if there is a strong feeling of breathlessness. Maybe swallowing a couple of times helps here, or holding the gulp for a few seconds if it cannot be avoided. Running and doing knee squats, both of the latter physical responses seem to be a good way to revive the sagging carbon dioxide pressure, and may be readily undertaken by those who experienced a need for action escape at such times. Running away if the hyperventilating is part of panic in reaction to anxiety problems. This is one of the prime things people are urged to do. However, if it reduces the attack and the sufferer is aware that returning to the phobic situation as quickly as possible afterwards is essential, they can use this option. And the final one is the panicking person will want to escape from the situation they are in. If you as a helper can, try to persuade him or her not to. Running away may seem to bring relief, but it will make the situation much harder to bear next time, and they will reinforce the belief that the situation was dangerous and that escape is the best way to deal with it. Both of these responses lead to chronic habit. Try to negotiate a small delay. For instance, you can say, "You can hang on for 1 more minute. Just count to 60 and then we'll go." But don't bully. Agoraphobic people have to make their own choices. So, I hope this has helped. If you just want to play it to your family and friends, then it may give you some comfort. Take care.